A group of social media bigwigs was grilled by Congress on Wednesday about the risks their products pose to young people. The chief executives of Meta, TikTok, Snap, Discord, and X, formerly known as Twitter, testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee earlier Wednesday. The hearing got emotional at times, with apologies from two CEOs, tough questions by senators, and reactions from families in the room who have seen harm come to some of their children. Here are main takeaways. Families and victims were a massive force in the hearing. The families of people harmed by social media proved to be an immense force in Wednesday's hearing. Through applause, laughter at CEO testimony, hisses, and moments of silence, the parents who say their children suffered or died as a result of social media served as a key theme. People hold up photographs and placards during the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on online child sexual exploitation at the U.S. Capitol in Washington, U.S., January 31, 2024. People hold up photographs and placards during the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on online child sexual exploitation at the U.S. Capitol in Washington, U.S., January 31, 2024. Evelyn Hockstein / Reuters. They drove tensions higher and in some cases appeared to fuel the attacks of lawmakers against the CEOs. Congress has held many tech CEO hearings. But more than any other factor, the presence of so many parents in the room transformed the hearing and injected an unprecedented sense of urgency. Zuckerberg, Spiegel personally apologized to families. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg stood to apologize to the families in the hearing room. "I'm sorry for everything you have all been through," he said. "No one should go through the things that your families have suffered, and this is why we invest so much, and we are going to continue doing industry-wide efforts to make sure no one has to go through the things your families have had to suffer." Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta, speaks directly to victims and their family members during a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing at the Dirksen Senate Office Building on January 31, 2024 in Washington, D.C. The committee heard testimony from the heads of the largest tech firms on the dangers of child sexual exploitation on social media. Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta, speaks directly to victims and their family members during a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing at the Dirksen Senate Office Building on January 31, 2024 in Washington, D.C. The committee heard testimony from the heads of the largest tech firms on the dangers of child sexual exploitation on social media. Anna Moneymaker / Getty Images. In response, Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley called on Zuckerberg, as a billionaire, to compensate the families whose children have been affected by his platforms. In response to prompting from California Democrat Senator LaFonza Butler, Snap CEO Evan Spiegel also apologized to families whose children have died after they purchased drugs on Snapchat. "I'm so sorry that we have not been able to prevent these tragedies," Spiegel said, before detailing some of the efforts the company takes to protect young users. The foothills of creepy senators express outrage over tech practices. Senator Marsha Blackburn confronted Zuckerberg on internal Meta documents suggesting that the company estimates the lifetime value of a teen user at $270. "How could you possibly even have that thought? It is astounding to me," Blackburn said, before recognizing a group of youth advocates in the audience and inviting them to stand. When they did so, the advocates revealed that they were wearing T-shirts emblazoned with the slogan, "I am worth more than $270. People arrived to attend the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, Big Tech and the Online Child Sexual Exploitation Crisis, in Washington, D.C., on January 31, 2024. People arrived to attend the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, Big Tech and the Online Child Sexual Exploitation Crisis, in Washington, D.C., on January 31, 2024. Brendan Smielowski / AFP Getty Images. "Children are not your priority. Children are your product," Blackburn told Zuckerberg in the tense exchange. Louisiana Republican Senator John Kennedy said Meta platforms have become a killing field of information where users see only one side of an issue. "You have convinced over 2 billion people to give up all of their personal information, every bit of it, in exchange for getting to see what their high school friends had for dinner Saturday night," he said. Asking if Facebook makes it clear to its users how their data is monetized by the platform, Kennedy said, "Does your user agreement still suck?" This prompted some laughter in the room. Zuckerberg said people get the basics of how social media works. You're in the foothills of creepy. You track people who aren't even Facebook users, Kennedy said. I just wonder if our technology is greater than our humanity in the interest of this funnel. Minnesota Democrat Senator Amy Klobuchar appeared visibly upset as she recounted the stories of parents whose children were harmed by social media platforms, including young people who committed suicide after being threatened by predators online. I'm so tired of this, Klobuchar said. It's been 28 years since the start of the internet. We haven't passed any of these bills because everyone's double talk. It's time to actually pass them.